Hello traders, and welcome to another recap for Friday, October 19th. And I wanted to show you this one today because I was interested this week in showing you a recap for Monday and also one for Friday. Mondays and Fridays tend to be the more difficult days of the week to trade, and sometimes I do take one of those days off to have a little bit of a longer weekend. But I did trade both this week, and as you saw on the 15th on Monday, it went quite well, and this Friday also went quite well. So we'll take a look through it. There's 4 trades, 3 wins, 1 loss for 59 pips. Taking a look at the chart here, I had a few trades in here that were not elite range bar trades, a small loss, a small win, and a decent sized win. But the wins with the elite range bar system today, the 3 of them were quite good, and it was a pretty small loss for the one that we did take. Now, going through, there was a possibility of a mid-Frankfurt hour short. That was one I didn't take because I was in my other trade. But I did catch the reversal here. It was a type 3, had a lot of really compelling evidence behind it. And so it was one that I didn't want to pass up. And that worked out really quite well. I was looking to take it into these highs here to see what would happen. And we didn't quite make them, and then basically stalled out. And so I took my 15 pips from there. Then I was looking for a potential short in here, but we didn't have a valid signal. And then in here, there was the potential with the elite range bar system to take an aggressive type of trade that I did not take there as well. As you know, there was a trade that I did take in there, but it was not an elite range bar trade. So from there, I did take this long, and this was actually, I would probably have to say this was a mistake on my part. This was a flat time in the market, a time where I always say I don't really want to be trading. But I did think that we might come back into these prior highs, into this level. And but really, this was a low percentage trade. This is one that was an easy loss to avoid that I definitely should have avoided. But I took a 4 pip loss on that after giving it a little bit of time. It stalled out and then came down. Because it didn't come down immediately, I was able to take a smaller loss on that. And then from there, we had a pretty ideal type 2 opportunity, which I entered long, and this one actually came within a pip of stopping me out for what would have been a full loss, basically a probably 6 pip loss. But I did hold on, and this one worked out well for me. I know there were some other traders who took 2 attempts on this one, but did end up getting the pips on it. And it was pretty easy for a potential exit as well up in here. This is one that was a really nice kind of New York Open 1 move, and this was really the first opportunity to get out. So a good 20 pips to be had. And from there was a potential opportunity to short in here, but I took the slightly later short because it was right around the New York Open 2. And that's the New York Stock Exchange Open, when I often look to take positions. So that was one where I took something slightly more aggressive just because of the timing on the trade, which I thought was really, really great. And again, I was looking for it to come into these lows in here, and basically when it did, it popped right through, and it didn't have the stalling that I was kind of expecting it to have down there, which allowed me to get quite a few more pips. Because initially I was going to be quite happy if I even got down into here and it came back up for maybe around 15 pips or so. But by it breaking through like that and then me getting out as it rounded off at the bottom there, I managed to pull 27 pips out of that trade. So that was quite nice as a way to end the day, quite a bit more than I was expecting. But we often see those types of moves once the New York Stock Exchange gets open. A lot of our big trades tend to happen around that time. So it can pay off to try to hold the trades a little bit longer after the New York Stock Exchange kind of creates a direction in the market. So that was really all of the trades for today. It wasn't the most active day on the EU range bar 3 chart alone, but there were some other trades to be had on other pairs too. So if there's any questions or comments, you can leave them for me, or check out the blog at www.samuraiforextrading.com. All right, guys, thanks a lot.